that you can do this not only in the water, but out of the water. So the first one is range of motion of your shoulder that doesn't cause impingement. Basically, it's like a chicken wing. So if you put your thumbs underneath your armpits and flap your arms, that's the motion it's going to be, right? That's the motion you want your elbow to go in line with your body. And also, you don't want the elbow coming up further than you can move it. That will cause a greater impingement. So from this, the hand starts moving forward. All right, this is a position you can practice outside the water as well. You don't necessarily have to be in the water to swim. Just stop. And you don't have to be in the water to swim. A lot of it is muscle memory training and, for the most part, mental training. It's a lot more mental. So getting these muscles where they are. So if you notice how I'm laying here, my hand isn't here in front of my head. My hand is an extension of my shoulder. Really, I want to be pushing down, so my hand's a little bit lower than my shoulder. My body cavity, my chest is going to be spread out, right? So I'm on my side. This is the position I would have. I'd be looking down, nose. If I'm swimming the triathlon, every now and then as I recover, I can look up and around, and that's fine. So as my recovery goes, for a front view, I will push past my hips, push to where my arm extends. As I recover, my elbow wants to be going above my body. I don't want to have it back here. And also, placing the hand in front of the head causes for movement, not a non-linear movement, so you're planing out or crossing over, and you want your strokes as symmetrical as possible in swimming. So as I recover, I would rather have my hand come out wide, again, 90-degree angle for the most part, my elbow pointing up. That way I have free range of motion. Now as I drive forward, I'm gonna roll and try and put my hand in front of my shoulder. All right, I'm driving forward to put my hand in front of my shoulder, and I'll end up in the Superman plank position here. Okay, this is a very posture, line, and balance. This is a very important position in swimming. So again, one more time from the front, have my videographer move to the side. I extended my arm, and I'm recovering, fingertips pointing down, and my elbow is high. And when my elbow cannot go past my shoulder anymore, I start driving in front of my shoulder. My hand is an extension of my shoulder. If the water's right here, my water line would be probably right here. I would do fingertip drag. All right, I drag my fingertips across that water. I'd be coming out here, dragging my fingertips. You can even do it here if you want. But again, you want to try and do the motions that you're going to be doing in the water. So my hand's just a little bit above that water. All right, so I want that arm to be 90 degrees, fingertips facing down. When my elbow can't go past my shoulder, all right, a little bit before, my hand will come past and I'll drive forward in front of my shoulder, right? That's 1. 2, you can always pause here. This is 3/4 catch-up drill. I like to do this drill. Drills are meant to be slow, steady, make sure you do them right. So as I recover, I pause here. This is where I'm going to drive in. My hand is across from my elbow. At this point, I should be driving into the water and through in front of my shoulder. All right, reaching through. I don't want to be up here reaching out. If I'm up here reaching out, again, that's an impingement on your shoulder, and it's going to cause shorter life expectancy of swimming. This is probably the most important thing. A lot of people skip over it, but you gotta be really narcissistic when you swim, and Callie doesn't like it, but I stare at myself in the mirror all the time. It's because this is how I used to practice. So right now it's snowing in Texas, it's like 26 degrees, all the pools are frozen, whatever. You can't go to practice for some reason, you're in a hotel room, you're traveling for work. This is probably the most important place you can practice, in the mirror. So if you can control your stroke how you want to and make it look good in this mirror, you're gonna be able to do that in the water. Right, so we're getting muscle memory. It's like playing an instrument and thinking about the scales. You don't even have to pick, it's just placing your fingers. Or if you're playing piano, just learning, hey, if I press these fingers down, this is the note I make, right? So as I swim in the mirror, I'm looking forward, I'm getting my hands placed where I want them. I'm looking, all right, so I'm going to start taking my stroke. As I take my stroke, I'm trying to start my stroke as far forward in front of me as possible. Kind of slide my foot forward, my elbows going down, my line of symmetry. I'm pushing, I'm rotating. I'm on my side now, and I'm going through my recovery. 90-degree angle, elbow coming up, and as I'm going to drive forward, I'm going to drive my hand forward in front of my shoulder. It's leading my shoulder, and as I extend, I'm rotating through. All right, I'm trying to make this look as good as possible. All right, and the good thing about this is I can see myself swim. So that's going to be how I look underneath my stroke. All right, that's how I'm going to look underneath my stroke. And I can even look how I'm going to look on the side of my stroke. So if I get how I want to on my side, I'm taking that stroke, I can look over and see where I am on the side of my stroke, and I can watch my recovery over here. All right, so swimming in the mirror, doing this stuff at home is really important. I know y'all don't do a lot of streamline and triathlons, but it does help with your reach. So the more you can shrug your shoulders, tighten up, and reach in the streamline, hang from pull-up bars, the better off you're going to be. Shoulder mobility, shrug those shoulders, move them around, squeeze those scapulas back, things like that. Do banded pulls. That's fine too. That's going to help build the shoulder. But again, you want longevity out of your shoulders, and you don't want any pain in the future. So that's video. That's it. If you got any questions, drop me a line.